Hello, and thanks for watching. In this video we're looking at F-Zero Maximum Velocity, the first handheld game released in the series. This game came out in 2001 here in the UK and was released on the Game Boy Advance. The problem with the Game Boy Advance is that the screen quality isn't too great, but luckily for us the Nintendo DS had backwards compatibility and you can play Game Boy Advance games on that. So I'm playing this on a Nintendo DS Lite. And I would recommend that for anyone playing Game Boy Advance games in general, as the screen quality on the Nintendo DS is far superior to the Game Boy Advance. Games look great. You can just see on the title screen here alone how good this looks. So let's press start and we'll get into this. You create a profile there, and then we've got start, rankings, options. So you've got your basic game options, your best times, stuff like that in rankings, and start gets straight into it. We have the Grand Prix mode, which is the main mode of the game where you race through all the different leagues and unlock content. Training, you can practice on any of the unlock content, the ships and tracks. So multipack link and single pack link use the Game Boy Advance link cable. Multipack link is when everyone you're playing with has a copy of the game and you link your handhelds together and you can play any of the content you've unlocked through the game. So single pack is quite cool because if only one person has a copy of the game you can still play multiplayer, but you just have limited content. I don't have any of the link cables or other Game Boys or anything like that, so we can't look at any of this stuff. But I'll show you the basis of the game and we'll just have a look and see what the game's all about really. So we'll go into Grand Prix mode. Okay, so here are the ships. We've got the Hot Violet, the Fireball, GB Crystal and the Windwalker. And you can unlock more ships as you progress through the game. It doesn't have the Blue Falcon or any of the classic ships, which is a bit of a shame, as that's sort of, it's very F-Zero to have those in there, but this is set a bit in the future in the canon, so it's a few generations after Captain Falcon. But anyway, we're just going to pick the Hot Violet for now. And you've got your series, so you've got Pawn, Knight or Bishop, and this is the league that you're playing. These represent which tracks you're going to be playing, so we'll pick Pawn for now. And we've got Beginner, Standard and Expert, and that's the difficulty basically. We're just going to go with Beginner because the F-Zero games aren't that easy anyway. Bianca City, the first track. And as you can see, if you're familiar with the series, this is very much like the original F-Zero on the Super Nintendo. If you're not familiar with the series, then this is a futuristic racing game. You are racing your ship in the middle of the screen there against your opponents, trying to win. You've got the power bar in the top right, which represents the health of your ship, and if you hit the sides, you can damage your ship. You've got your speedometer and your time counter underneath that. In the bottom right you have the boost S's for the speed boost, I think that is. And after you've completed one lap you have access to the boost and you can activate that. Bottom left is the track circuit diagram. Top left, spare machines. This green thing here is the pit lane where you replenish your power bar. So if you get damaged you can replenish that. Rank, so I'm in first place at the moment. Next to that you see a little arrow in the number 10. So that means that I have to stay above 10th to continue the race. And that changes after every lap. It'll say rank something else after this lap and we have to stay above that position. Just gives the game a little bit of extra difficulty. And it says last 4, that's how many more laps there are. So let's activate a boost here. Get some more power. Got 3 laps left. And yeah, it represents, this game represents a bit of a continuation from the original F-Zero. It's exactly the same in terms of the way it looks and feels in fact as well. It plays exactly like that. It plays very well, feels smooth, feels good on a handheld. I hope it comes across, but it does look really nice on the Nintendo DS screen. Like I said in the intro, definitely recommend playing Game Boy Advance games on the DS. They just look so much better. We've got the speed arrows on the track there, and here we go, 2 laps left, get a bit more power. And yeah, it's the first handheld game in the series. The F-Zero series is quite well known, but I think a few people might have missed this game. I don't remember it having a huge impact when it came out. I discovered it a bit after it came out. But it is absolutely worth looking into if you're a fan of the series or if you just want something else to play on the Nintendo DS. or the Game Boy Advance in fact. If you only have a Game Boy Advance, I still recommend getting this. But as I say, I do think it is worth playing this on a sharp screen to just see how colourful and nice it looks. So there are back markers who are artificially placed to give you a bit more difficulty, like that yellow guy there. And you'll see check appearing on the bottom of the screen. That represents the ships that you're actually racing against, catching up with you and being behind you. And you're just trying to stay ahead and win, basically, and progress through the leagues. There we go, first place. There's the results. So yeah, that's the basis of the game, really. It's just more of the original game's content, I'd say. If you enjoy the original F-Zero on the Super Nintendo, this is absolutely worth playing. It's basically the same game. The only thing missing, really, is the classic stuff, like Captain Falcon, the ships, the music, stuff like that. The music in this game is good, it's worth noting. So here we go, we're in third, let's see if we can get up to first place. Oh, that's not a good start. And yeah, you can see if you hit the sides, it really does punish you. Like all the other games in this series, it is about precision racing. I haven't played this for a while, I'm not familiar with the tracks, so I'll do my best, we'll see how we get on. And you can see the obstacles on the track here. We've got little bits that slow you down, like these bits here, these rough bits. Got this stuff that slides your ship about, which is quite funny as you're in a flying ship. That's something on the track can affect that, but probably something to do with magnets. Not doing too well here, but you can get a basic idea of what the tracks are like and how different they are and how the difficulty does ramp up. It's very difficult to play this while filming, I have to say. At least that's my excuse. And yeah, on other tracks you'll see other obstacles like jumps and things like that, and it's just about learning really the tracks and honing down your skills as a racer, or lack of skills in this case. We've got to stay above 7th for this lap, so I really need to try and do better than I am. I'm in 6th at the moment, so we should be okay for this lap, but I think that's going to change in a second to 5th maybe. Use a boost, get past this guy. Oh no, it's not going well. I think I might explode. And there we go. That is what happens if you fail at a track. Your ship will explode. And in the top left, sorry, you see spare machines. So when you do explode, you use the machine, retry yes, and you get straight back into it. I'll just show you that. So in the top left you'll see the number has changed to 3. I won't put you through that track again, we'll have a look at another track. As soon as we start here I'll quit out. Okay, so we're just going to have a look at another track here, and we'll go into training for this. And we'll pick the Fireball ship. And here you can pick to have a computer opponent if you want to. And you can pick the difficulty level of them, which is quite cool, but we're just going to go solo for now. And we'll pick the Night League, and we'll just go on the 10th Zone East Snake Circuit track here. So yeah, as I mentioned, it is very much a spiritual successor to the Super Nintendo game. And when it came out, it was definitely a good thing, because it was nice to see the series is continuing. And along came F-Zero GX after this, a very solid console release. So having the games pop up on console and handheld was really nice. It'd definitely be nice to see any kind of F-Zero game again. So if they went the handheld route and released a version of it on one of the 3DS lines, or even the Switch, the new Nintendo Switch, that'd be good. Or a collection of some sorts with all the old F-Zero games in. I'd definitely like to see that. I think they're pretty popular games, so it'd be nice to see a bit more from the series, to be honest. But yeah, there's not much more to say about this game really. It's I've said it multiple times, but it is very much just more of the original game, just on a handheld, which is great. It's a perfect game just to pick up, have 1 or 2 races on, and go about your day. It's really fun. I'm definitely not doing it justice filming it like this, and playing it like this is very difficult. I'm not great at these games, but I'm not awful either, and I'm really not doing it justice right now, which I'm sorry about that, but I just wanted to show what the game is about, what it looks like, and hopefully you've got a good idea of that. So yeah, we will be doing a video on F-Zero GX next. Looking forward to that. It's a very good game, one of the best in the series. So stick around if you're interested in that. Check out any of my other videos if you're interested in the F-Zero games. I've done a few on the series, and I've also covered the Wipeout and Extreme G series as well. I'll put some links in the description. And yeah, stick around if you're interested, so thank you very much for watching.